Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here, welcome back to another Pokemon team builder for you guys. Today is the final team builder in Sinnoh, Gen 4, revolving around Turtwig, Grotle and Torterra. Now before the video begins properly, I need to do the quick disclaimer before the video begins like I do every time. Just to say that this is an opinion based team. This is just a team I used to get through Sinnoh. If you want to change anything about the team, like it says on the screen right now, go ahead and do so. You can Pokemon Nature's moves. Anything about the team you want to change, go ahead and do so. It is your journey through Sinnoh. It is your journey through Gen 4. But without further ado, ladies and gents, let's get on with today's video. Now, first up today, of course, we have our starter, which for today is Torterra. Now, probably the least used, I would say, of the Gen 4 starters. Not saying it is a bad starter in any case scenario, because it really isn't. It's overlooked, I think, in certain areas. And there's some of the areas that we're going to look through today, and some of the aspects that you'll realise when playing through the game using Torterra. It's got 105 defense. That's one of the things I'm going to go on to. Right, it's a good physically bulky mon. It's a big Pokemon. Torterra is bloody massive. It's a big mon, which obviously cuts down its speed. Only 56 speed. Its lowest stat is its speed, but that's not something to worry about properly, because it's going to be able to tank the hits with 95 HP, 85 special attack and 105 defense. This thing can take a hit and 109 attack. This thing can dish out a lot of damage. Wood Hammer and Razor Leaf Stab. The reason I've gone with both of them is because the recoil damage from Wood Hammer is base 120, so it will knock a lot of Pokemon out. But you will get that recoil damage. And Razor Leaf is just there if you want to just use a regular grass type attack. It has that chance to miss, but it also does that high crit ratio. Crunch coverage just to hit anything you want to hit. And Earthquake is also stab, 100 base, 100 accuracy. Earthquake's always great. And when it's stab and on a starter, it's just as good. Adamant as well to boost up that attack. You don't really want to go jolly because you don't really want to try and up that speed. You might as well just put it pure into power. You may want to go impish and boost up the defense a little bit, or maybe in nature to boost up the special defense. It's up to you. I go with adamant because in-game teams I like to just go pure power, because you should be around the levels and over leveled a little bit throughout the game, so you should outspeed a lot of things even early on. Like I said, you can take a hit with Torterra. Obviously get Turtwig, Grotle at 18 and then Torterra at 32. It's the earliest final evolution starter of Gen 4, and it will learn Earthquake at 32, so you get that powerful Earthquake at level 32. But it's absolutely great. I love him. He's a great starter, really overlooked. Really give him a go if you haven't already. It's Torterra. Moving on to the second Pokemon, you guys, we have Raptor. Yes, I used it in every single one of the Gen 3 team builders, but there's a good reason behind this. This thing is an absolute monster. I say that every time. It is my favourite of all of the early game Pokemon. Early game birds as well. Don't get me wrong, Pidgeot, Swallow, they're all great, but my personal favourite has always been Raptor. This thing is a cannon. Return, stab, can get really high when you get max happiness. This thing hits really hard, base 120 attack. Adamant nature, return kills a lot of things. Fly, stab, helps you get around the region really quickly. Close combat, why not? Coverage, and it hits hard. Yes, it does lower the stats. A lot of people say, oh, they like close combat, rather have priority, but I like close combat personally because, like I said, I like to hit hard in game and just smash as many things as possible, and close combat does that. And U-turn. U-turn's there, and U-turns are overlooked. I said this last time. U-turns are overlooked a lot. When you got that base 100 speed, you get outspeed pretty much everything throughout the game. And say you come up with something, Raptor's out front, and you didn't realise something's coming out, and you kept it in. You can then do some damage with U-turn, switch the fuck up out to, say, Torterra, and then bop with Torterra, if that's what you need to do, or switch out to another Pokemon. It doesn't have to be Torterra, but it's really useful, and you get that bit of damage. Instead of just switching out, you actually get a bit of damage using U-turn and get the fuck up out. You know, its defenses aren't great. Special attack's 50, you're not going to worry about that. You won't be using a special Raptor. Special defense, it's not great at 60. That's what I said. Don't try and take any Thunderbolts or Ice Beams or anything like that. It's really not going to help you out. Defense and HP, like I said, they're average, 85 HP and 70 defense. They're not terrible, they're not the worst, but just be careful and keep that in mind. But then you've got that 120 attack and 100 speed. This thing hits hard, it's very quick, it's great. You get Starly early on, and it's a really good mon to use early on in the game. It really does come in clutch for you sometimes. You get Staravia at 14, and then finally Raptor at 34. It is great. I love Raptor to bits. It's my favourite early game Pokemon. Like I said, definitely use it if you haven't already. It's Raptor. Now on to the third team member. Once again, we have Luxray, and again I will say there is no reason why you shouldn't have this Pokemon, why you shouldn't at least give this Pokemon a go. For me, Luxray is one of the most badass looking Pokemon of all time. I love its sprite, I love the way it looks. A Mega Luxray would be fucking insane. Just saying if that would happen. But there is no reason why you shouldn't give Luxray a try if you haven't already. I love him personally. You know, 1 base 20 attack, this thing really hits hard. Its speed is ish, it's 70, it is actually its lowest stat. So a lot of people may want to go for the Jolly Nature. If you want to go for the Jolly Nature, by all means go for it. Me again, with you being over leveled and you know the stats being what they are, you most probably will outspeed with 70 base stat. But if you don't and you don't want to risk it, and you don't want to risk those low-ish defenses, then go with the Jolly Nature. But me personally, I go with the Adamant. Like I said, good coverage and moveset. Spark, this is the debatable part about it, is because its best physical electric type moves it can get in this generation is Spark, because Wild Charge is a Gen 5 move. So it's Spark, but there is nothing stopping you from going and getting a Thunderbolt or Discharge. It learns, though, I think it learns Discharge. You can teach it Thunderbolt. It still has base 95 special attack. That's still decent. Yes, if you do get the Nature like the Adamant or the Jolly Nature, it is going to be lowered a little bit, but nothing so much that it's going to be drastic and it's going to make Thunderbolt and Discharge useless. They're definitely going to be there. Me personally like to go full out power, and with the physical move I do use Spark. Crunch coverage, Iron Tail, because why not? Hits rock types, and most rock types are normally part ground as well, which you're going to watch out for because it being electric type. And Giga Impact there is just a wham, just to hit something really hard. It's a high base attacking move. Why not? It's there if you need it, just in case you need something to, you know, just to hit it. You know, it's there. Use it if you need to. If you want to change it out for something, then by all means go for Luxray. Like I said, I love it. He's badass looking. If you haven't used one, just give it a go. If you don't like it, fair enough. But me personally, I really like Luxray. It's a good Pokemon to use throughout the game. Good electric type Pokemon. It's great. It's the 3rd team member. Again, it's Luxray. Now we're moving on to our water type of the region. Our 4th team member. It is Floatzel. Now people don't realise, I think this is one of the most underrated water types today, just because people don't realise how quick this thing is and how hard this thing hits. This thing hits incredibly hard, base 105 attack, and is extremely quick, 115 speed. That's really fast. That is one of the fastest water types there is. There is faster water types, of course, but this is one fast water type, and it will help you out so much throughout the game. People don't realise it. I will quickly go through the moveset real quick. Ice Fang, Crunch, Waterfall, Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet, priority. Waterfall, stab, physical water type move. Crunch for coverage. Ice Fang for those grass types if you need to. Note, said this last time, Ice Fang is a level 1 move, so you will need to get a heart scale and go back to the move relearner, move tutor, and teach Ice Fang that way. If you can't get hold of that, then maybe you want to go for a mixed Floatzel or maybe run Ice Beam. It's completely up to you. Like I said, it's an opinionated. You do what you do. Me personally went for another physical. We've had a lot of physical mons, but you know, throughout the game, it doesn't really matter. I always go full out attack, try the best I can with Adamant Nature. You don't really want to go Jolly Nature because it's already speedy as hell, so Adamant is definitely the way to go with this Pokemon. Great coverage. It's definitely underrated. If you haven't used one, by all means, please try it out. Let me know what you think. It's a great Pokemon. I love it. I've used him many times and I will continue to use him in Gen 4 and in other games if the chance comes along. He's great. I love him. It's Floatzel. Okay, ladies and gents, moving on to our 5th team member. We have our fire type of the region, which is Rapidash. Now, again, Gen 4 was another region where it struggled with its fire types. And there is nothing wrong with Rapidash right now. If you have a chance to use it, please do. But the thing is that you don't get many options in game for a fire type. Luckily, you get this fire type and it's able to do the work for you. This thing, again, is quick and it hits hard. The Gen 4 teams really are quick. You can get some really quick Pokemon that really hit hard. Again, another physical attacker, but we'll look past that. Moveset, Flare Bits, Stab, over 100 base move. Really hits hard, really does. Poison Jab, coverage, Mega Horn because you can. Bounce, why not? It's there, use it. Coverage is a great thing. Going through the stats, its HP is as low as that as 65, is not great. Defenses, 70 and 80, so average. Special attack, so you can run Flamethrower and whatnot if you want to, it's the option. But what we're really looking at is the base 100 attack and the 105 speed. This thing's a lot like Floatzel, just in fire type. It's quick and it hits hard physically, and you definitely want to take it up on that Adamant Nature and try and just to hit harder as possible. Get a Ponyta quite early on in the game, and it evolves into Rapidash at level 40. It is one of the harder mons on the team to wait for that evolution, because it is quite a late evolution, because you're with the Ponyta for most of the game, and then finally you do get the Rapidash, but it's worth the wait. It's a great Pokemon. If you haven't used Rapidash yet in any generation, just give it a go. Like I said, tell me what you think. It's quick and it hits hard. There's really not many flaws there. It will run in, it will hit massively hard, do a lot of damage. Maybe if you don't want to take a hit, maybe swap out for something else, but of course, that 100 base attack, adamant nature, stab moves, it's going to hit hard. Anything, it doesn't want to be flare blitzed by this thing. It's really going to hurt. It's a great Pokemon. Please do try it out. It's Rapidash. Now on to our final team member, and a Pokemon that has not yet been seen in any of our Gen 4 team builders. It's Lucario. Now before we had Garchomp in our final team, but of course it is a ground type, which Torterra also is, and Lucario is a steel type, and so is Empoleon, so that's why it wasn't in the other two previous team builders. But this time a slot opened up and it had to be done. Lucario is my 5th favourite Pokemon of all time, and I love him. He's so great. A lot of people think he's a pseudo. I don't think he's quite there yet. He's not quite a pseudo. Maybe he is. I'm not too sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think he qualifies as a pseudo, but his stats, nothing to be disappointed at. This thing, surprisingly, I prefer a special Lucario. I've always preferred the special variant of Lucario. Reasons: Aura Sphere is special, hits hard and never misses. Flash Cannon is a very good special steel type moves. It also gets access to Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse and Psychic. For this team I've gone with the Psychic over the Dark Pulse because we already have Crunch on a couple mons. Modest nature, base 115 special take, base 110 physical. You can run mixed. Mixed is very popular. Mixed Lucario is very popular. You may want to go for a timid nature, so you want the special and the up speed, but it's 90 base speed, but 90 base speed is still very good. It's high for average. Its defenses and HP very average, would say, with 70, but it will hit hard for you and it will do the job. Thing is amazing. Its design is awesome. To get the Lucario in this game though, follow the guides. You will get an egg from a guy named Riley, which you find in the Iron Islands. After you do the Island stuff, he will offer you an egg. That egg will evolve into a Riolu. It will hatch into a Riolu, sorry, and then evolve into Lucario by happiness at daytime. Now, to get the right nature is a pain in the ass. What you'll have to do is you have to save just before the egg hatches, and then every time the egg hatches, check what nature it is. If not, soft reset, try again, hatch the egg again, see what you can get. But that's probably the best method. It is the method to get a Lucario in-game. You will not be disappointed. Lucario is a really great mon. Really recommend you use it if you haven't already. It's great. It's the final team member. I love him. It's Lucario. So there we have it, guys. There are our team members for this team builder. We have Torterra, Staraptor, Luxray, Floatzel, Rapidash and Lucario. If you have enjoyed today's video, definitely make sure you hit that like button down below for me. It really shows support towards the channel and the series. Hit the subscribe button for more team builders coming your way. Let me know what team builders you want to see. I will be doing every starter. So that I say this to a lot of people. They comment, please do this one, please do that one. I will get round to doing every starter for every mainstream game. Just give me a chance. These do take a while to get out and edit and get all the footage and everything. I recently have the computer troubles. I am really doing my best to try and get these to you as thick as fast as possible. I really am trying my best. But let me know what changes you made to the team. Did you change natures, moves, Pokemon themselves? Let me know your teams through Sinnoh. Let me know all this good stuff. I'm sure I've tried to reply to as many comments as possible. If it's a replyable comment as well, I do normally talk to you guys and get your opinion. So if you want to ask any questions, anything like that, definitely make sure just to put them down in the comment section below. I get back to you as soon as possible. Notifications and comments do pop up on my phone, so I do look at them as soon as you post them, or try to do my best. Obviously working around everything, try to do my best to respond as quickly as possible. Thank you guys so much for the support recently on all the team builders. I can't thank you guys enough from the bottom of my heart how much it means to me, and that all the effort I do put into these videos really does pay off from your guys' support. I can't thank you guys enough. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and I'm out this bitch. Peace!